Hey, this is Daniel from Adorama. I'm here in my studio in New York City with the brand new EOS M5. This is the latest in the EOS M series, which is Canon's mirrorless cameras. They feature APS-C sensors and interchangeable lenses. The M5 is the first in the M series with a built-in EVF. It features a 24.2 megapixel sensor with a high ISO of 25,600. You can also shoot up to 7 frames per second with this camera. So the M5 is going to be great for somebody that wants a small camera with interchangeable lenses, full manual capabilities, but also a lot of automatic features so you can just take the camera out and shoot with it. It doesn't get in the way of your photography. We're going to shoot a few different things today and we'll see what it can do. So I'm making some shots here of this piece of pie. This is like an ideal use for such a small camera. If you're traveling or you just want to make food shots or somebody working in your apartment or your house, it's such a great thing to be able to grab a camera it's really fast to use, great autofocus. I can just kind of set the shot up the way I like it, see it with my eye. The camera does a great job making an exposure, and I'm able to photograph the scene really quickly without having to take away from the process of me making my food or setting it up or doing it. The camera just eliminates any need for me to have to think like a photographer all the time. It basically can do that for me. So even though the EOS M5 is very compact, you've got full manual controls for when you want to get more artistic with it or have some control of your situation. For somebody like me, I'm always traveling around and I'm always making portraits, but I don't always want to carry like big gear with me. Something like this is a great camera for somebody who just wants to have it with them all the time, have full control, basically be able to do everything you can do with the DSLR, except in a much, much smaller package. So I'm making a lot of portraits here in the studio of Annalisa, and I'm noticing that the autofocus on this camera is great. It's really fast, really accurate. And this is actually the first of the M cameras to have the dual pixel CMOS AF. It's using it both when you're shooting video and for the stills. So the AF in this is really, really great. So the EOS M5 is also video capable with up to 60 frames in 1080. As well, it's got amazing image stabilization. It's got 5-axis stabilization in the body. And with some lenses, you can take advantage of the image stabilization in the lens and the body using the new Digic 7 processor. So for somebody like me that comes from a DSLR and likes to look through a viewfinder all the time, this camera is really great because it's got an EVF. With 2.36 million pixels, it's really, really clear. The Digic 7 processor makes it refresh really fast. And this is actually the first EOS camera with an EVF. So one really cool feature about this is when you're using the EVF, you can actually use your finger on the back of the screen to touch where you want to focus and drag the focus point over. So if I'm shooting somebody, I can put it to my face and touch and drag the focus point to where I want, take my photo. It's really, really convenient, so you don't have to hunt around through focus spots. So the EVF isn't just great for stills, it's also great for video. You can get that third point of contact by having the camera right up against your face when you're shooting. Also, if you're in a dark room, let's say you don't want the screen to be lighting up, making a distraction, this takes that away because the screen effectively turns off or darkens when you put your eye to the EVF. Also for video, I really liked the swivel screen. I find that it's really good to get various positions with the video camera, high and low, by swiveling the screen. Really super simple to use, really compact. So like other EOS cameras, the M5 has Wi-Fi capability. This is going to allow you to use the Canon's app to remote control your camera, to transfer pictures, etc. But it also has a Bluetooth capability which will help you connect to Wi-Fi more easily. So coming from a DSLR background, I was a little bit curious about how this camera would work out with some of the things that I shoot, and I gotta say, it was really, really great. The Digic 7 processor was flawless in autofocus, the camera response, shooting with it was really, really fast. It wouldn't slow me down at all on a job. Also, the compact size didn't get me tired all day holding the thing, so I think this would be great for travel and those type of things. One of the things that I really like about the camera though is all these buttons and dials on the top. This right here is how I like to work. I don't like to have to go into my screen constantly to check things, even though you could do that if that's the kind of work you like to do. Being able to look through the EVF, turn the various dials to get what I want, switch this little button up here between the white balance and ISO and that kind of stuff, you can really work quickly. A lot of times when you're on a shoot, you're making a portrait, you don't want to have to look down and start fiddling with the camera. You're working with your subject, you can switch your switches, make your changes without having to ever look away, which is really, really useful for somebody like me. So the EOS M5 can come bundled with this 18-150 lens, which is a all-purpose great lens, or this 15-45, which is a tiny little lens that if you might want to throw it in your bag or something, this could be a super useful lens. As well, you could just buy the body alone. So also announced is Canon's Series 2 of the 70-300 USM lens. This one now has the Nano USM technology. That's going to give you really fast autofocus for your stills, but also silent and smooth autofocus when you're shooting video. So I've got it attached to the M5 with the EF lens adapter. This adapter is going to allow me to use, this lens, but any EF lens you have. So if you've got some great specialty lenses or some lenses that you love, you can throw them on this camera and use them. So one cool feature of this lens is it's got this little LCD screen on it. You can kind of flip through your functions using it. Stabilization, you can set your different distances, and then also, if you notice here, this is giving me the full frame, if you will, equivalent. So I'm at 70, but it's about a 112. And as I go out, that way I kind of know on an APS-C camera, where I'd be full frame wise. So I want to thank Canon for dropping by today with the EOS M5. I'm sure it's going to be a great camera for anybody that's looking for something that's small, compact, carry it around, lightweight, interchangeable lenses. This is good for food, it's good for fashion, it's good for travel, really just about anything that you want to do. And if you are a DSLR shooter, this could be a good lightweight camera to bring around when you don't want to carry your other gear. And with the EF lens adapter, you could even use rolled lenses. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.